There's a special place in the hierarchy of education for HBCU institutions for educating its black students when at one time it was illegal to do so. If you've never been to or visited a black college, you've missed out. Nothing is the same on an HBCU campus, just like in black culture. And in the South, football is the king. The supporters, fans, alumni, family, and boosters come together in a special environment, oftentimes partying activities starting on Friday, and many times on Thursday nights, and sometimes even on Wednesday. Foods are being marinated, cooked, and prepared. Hello, everybody. Back with HBCU Sports Special Edition with Mickey Clayton, the coach, and my partner in crime that doesn't rhyme, Earl of Pearl Hankerson.
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
Doing well since we are pretty much in confinement around here with COVID-19 slowing everything down.
That's all right. You're still looking pretty stately right there.
Oh,
you got your beard going.
When you grow an old man beard, that's all you could do is be stately because you can't be spry no more. Appreciate that, Coach. You know, listening audience, Coach Hankerson, former athletic director at Ricketts High School, one of the more prominent high schools.
In high school, you're going to take your direction from the top down, more so than a specific direction at your particular school. So you are at the mercy of what is going to come from the state anyway.
Right.
So when you're talking about lost revenue and things of that nature, that's not really going to hurt. That's not going to hurt high school programs.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it's going to help high school programs more than it might help collegiate programs, which is what we started talking about in the beginning, because you're not spending any money. At the high school level, it's more about expenses. It's more about really trying to stay within your budget, more so than your expenditures.
Mm-hmm.
So at that particular level, it really is a wash at that point.
Okay, so what do you do to try to help prepare the kids that played for you on your state championship basketball team that are now juniors and they don't have a senior year? What do you do in terms of trying to prepare them?
And that's where the tough part goes in, because all activities on campus are canceled.
Right.
They don't have anywhere to showcase their talents.
Right.
It's hard for them to even get ready to even practice to do it. We're looking right now here in Tallahassee, you can't play pickup basketball games. You can't go to the park more than 2 or 3 people at a time. It's
okay, but you're telling me all the things you can't do. So there's nothing you can do.
Things you can do is encourage those kids to continue to work in the privacy of their homes, but that's really about it, Coach. We had that discussion. We were having this discussion the other day with each other high school coaches, and we were all saying to ourselves, what really can you do? Because as soon as you step out of line and try to do anything, they're gonna slap you across the wrist. We had there were some kids that were participating on the field. I'll give you an example. Participating on the field, and the kids had to leave the field because the coach was being accused of organizing a practice.
Mm-hmm.
Now that may not happen everywhere, but it happened in the case that I'm talking about here. And the coach had no idea that the kids were even there. But because they were on the campus, because they were participating in an activity, it was assumed that the coach organized the activity. I don't know what you can do, Coach.
One of the things that I would do, now they'd have to tell me I couldn't do it, is I would try to go back and try to do some of the highlight tapes from them for their year and game tapes that they played their senior year. Even if I had them tape each other without me being there, going through some workout drills, comprise a tape that they put together from some of their games and some of their current workouts, put some information in there to
their academic achievements and send that out to coaches. I
Yeah,
would be a lot more aggressive in terms of, sometimes we say, well, if they're interested, they'll find you. I wouldn't have that attitude. I would have the attitude that I'm going to help find them, because at something that has nothing to do with them, they've now lost the opportunity to play. Well, the
right.
colleges are still going to recruit kids. So they're going to need some players. I'm going to try to take my kids' information to them, which now is going to require me to do, well, I probably would have been doing some of it anyway. But
Correct.
to be able to enhance those efforts to get that information out, and not in a way that I see on Twitter, and you've seen it, come to College X, we're looking for football players. I wouldn't send a blank tape or video out and just put it on and post it. I would send it to specific college coaches that I was interested in. You can copy and paste it and change the name on it and send it to them directly. But that's what I would do, because I would be thinking that I owe it to the kids to do something. And I sit here now and they can't play. We can't work them out. They have no opportunities. They're not going to get another year to play in high school. So colleges are still going to be interested in recruiting them, and they can't get out to see them either. So let me try to find a way to get that information to the coaches.
Well, I think one thing I may have a rose-colored view of some things, because the coaches that I know that are in my circle, those are things that they're doing already, and that they never stop doing.
Mm-hmm.
So especially with the advent of all of the technology that we have, your Huddle, your XO, those different software companies, coaches, if the ones that I know, they're already doing that, and I challenge those that are not to definitely take advantage of the things that you've talked about and try to get that information out to those schools. Those are definite things that you can do.
I think you got some rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, I probably do, Coach. To be honest with you, I probably do. But that's really all I know. The group of coaches that I know that I've worked with, they've been doing that for years, and they've been contacting student athletes for years. I know colleges for years. I know one thing that we used to make sure that was done,
Mm-hmm.
and this is for those that may not be doing it. Make sure that your kids are filling out those athletic questionnaires
Mm-hmm.
to get the recruiting process started anyway, to
Mm-hmm.
let the colleges know that you have kids that are interested in their programs and that they would like to have an opportunity to be recruited. So those things are big when you fill out those questionnaires, because that starts the process. Definitely continuing with the film and making sure that the kids are exposed through that technology that you're paying for anyway through your programs is an absolutely great idea. And I like what you said, Coach, about having the kids doing their drills on their own and recording those as well,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to send that those are definitely great ideas.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. But see, one of the things as an old college coach, we look at, again, that's why we're on here, because we see things differently. Is that the only thing I wanted from the questionnaire was for you to send it back where I'd have a way to reach the potential student athlete.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Home address, phone number, or whatever. It always makes it easier when the high school coaches or the kids or the parents themselves contact me and send me some information. Because that's all I wanted to do was find a way to be able to talk to them themselves. And the high school coaches that did not want to work with a particular college wouldn't send it to them. I can tell you story after story after story after story of kids that we ended up being successful in recruiting, that the coaches never gave them anything that we sent them, and they make a determination on where the kid is going for whatever reason. So I'm not trying to say anything about those coaches who work to send information out. If Florida State is Florida State or Florida or top 5 colleges is recruiting them, then yes, they get their information. But if you're a Georgia Southern or Bethune-Cookman or Tennessee State or Florida A&M, a Grambling, a Southern, you're fighting to get your information.
Well, you made a great point, though. Who is the first recruiter?
Mm-hmm.
The parents.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first recruiter. So a lot of times, even coach not shifting gears, we might put too much responsibility on a lot of coaches too, because parents have to take the initiative to get their son and daughters recruited.
But coach, the parents don't know how to do that.
But they know how to ask questions. Coach, if they know how to fuss about playing time, they should know how to fuss about asking questions on how to have my kid recruited.
And see, and again, that's a different point of view. And a lot of people feel when they went to play that the coaches were going to come and recruit their kids and da-da-da-da-da, and it didn't happen. That's why I said for the coaches who are there, who now aren't coaching the team, still drawing paychecks, still getting supplements. That's another question, if they would still get the supplement if they don't have a team. If the football team doesn't play, would they still play the coaches their football supplement? If the basketball team wasn't playing, would they still get a supplement? I don't know that.
I don't either.
But at the end of the day, and getting those kids, this is going to be completely different. And those kids, the seniors now who are playing this AAU season and juniors that was critical for their recruitment in basketball, they're dead in the water. They're dead in the water because they're not going to play any AAU this summer. It would be astounding if they did. But,
well, and you got to include in that summer baseball leagues, track and field, 7-on-7 for football. All of that is going to definitely take a hit. The different camps, all of those camps, which goes back to what you were talking about earlier as well with the athletic budgets, because now you can't draw money from those camps either. So that's something that is something else to consider.
Mm-hmm. Well, this topic, we will be able to discuss and talk about it some more. We miss sports, we miss having it to play with. And it changes your whole thinking. Saturday or Sunday, and you think about the finger foods to watch the game or the track meet or whatever, and now you don't have that to watch and getting a lot of sleep, getting a lot of naps. But you can still go to our Insights page, our YouTube, INSIIGHTS. We still got 4 years worth of games up there. And from what I understand, people are still going back, picking some of their favorite games to watch. Some of them even have Ricketts High School.
Yeah, we had some good ones. Coach, I'd love for our viewers to write in and comment on the page and get some of their viewpoints that we might be able to respond. That would be really great because it will give us an opportunity to kind of get away, take our mind off of some of the ills that are going on right now if you have an opportunity. So to all of our viewers, thank you for tuning in, and we hope to hear from you about some of these subjects.
Exactly right. I appreciate you throwing that out there, Earl of Pearl. And HBCUs are something we both are committed to. We're both graduates of. And during this time, it's so many things that are, life and death. And so sports has always given us a release, at least for those few minutes of entertainment to get away from whatever you're going through personally, to be able to kind of share, pull, or discuss, or argue and debate about whatever it is that you feel is important to you. So this is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and my partner in crime, Earl the Pearl Hankerson, right there. Anything you want to say in closing, Earl?
No, that's it. I just hope everybody stays safe and continue to be blessed.
That from Earl of Pearl. And if you need a slab of ribs, hit him up. Next time.
Next time.
Stay up to date with the latest from Insights. Visit our website at insights.com. 2 I's in the middle, INSIIGHTS. WHTS.com.
Insights is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on Insights represent the independent thoughts and representation.